This is so uncomfortable. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, let me calm down. This is so awkward, dude. Wait. Stop. Let me. I can't. Okay. Today today we are gonna be wait, let me calm down. Hold on. Today we are gonna be reading a book. And so basically this is my story time class. This is my class where I read because we're on break and you guys have your snack. Make sure that you have your book. The book we're gonna be reading is Snow Globe. Snow Globe. This is it. Make sure you have your book, everybody, because I want you to follow along. And I'm also gonna be... Dude, how do teachers live their life without laughing? If I was a teacher... Okay, hold on. If I was a teacher, I could not teach because I'd be laughing at these kids. I could not stop. I would be laughing every day. Okay, anyways. I make sure that you have your book, right? So you can follow along. There will be a test after we finish each chapter. So I want everyone to be following along. And we're not gonna do popcorn reading. I'm gonna be reading everything. But I still need everyone to be following along. I need you to be paying attention. There will be several quizzes and you need to know what's happening in the book. I will be asking questions. We can discuss here as a group. Okay? Okay. Snow Globe. Do not... Wait, I'm supposed to be serious and I can't. Dude, how do people do this? Wait, I'm supposed to be serious right now. I'm supposed to be a teacher who is not happy. I'm a teacher who hates her life. She hates teaching in school. She hates reading, but she has to do this. She's living paycheck to paycheck. She hates her life. She bullies the other teachers because she hates her life so much. That's supposed to be me right now. I am supposed to be like bullying the little kids because I hate my life right now. So this is me. I am Miss Olivas. I am a English teacher. I am an English teacher who hates my life. I hate my life. Okay. So we will be finishing the book probably next week, but we are not gonna finish the whole book this week. Snow Globe. Translated by I don't know if I'm being real. By So Young Park. The author is So Young Park. I guess this was in a different language. Look at how cool the look at how cool this looks. Anyways, when you're inside, the world is watching. Snow Globe. We kids, children, we are gonna be reading the inside of the book. So turn to that. It's not the first page. Wow, look at how cool that design is too. Okay, I hope everyone's ready. If you have your snacks, do not get the food inside the book, you guys. Remember, this is from the library. Okay, we have to be respectful. And now let's get started. Enclosed under a vast dome, Snow Globe is the last place on Earth that's warm. Oh, it's the last place on Earth that's warm, okay. Outside Snow Globe is a frozen wasteland, and every day citizens face the icy world to get to their jobs at the power plant, okay? Where they produce the energy Snow Globe needs to keep running. Okay. Their only solace comes in the form of 24-hour television programming streamed directly from the domed city. The residents of Snow Globe have everything. Oh, I get it. Okay. Fame, fortune, and above all, safety from the desolation outside their walls. In exchange, their lives are broadcast to the less fortunate, who watch eagerly, hoping for the chance to one day become actors themselves. Cho Bam. What? Wait, that's the character's name? Cho Bam? Cho Bam. Okay. Cho Bam lives sorry. What kind of name is that? Okay, wait. Cho. I'm just gonna say Cho. Cho lives for the time she spends watching the shows produced inside Snow Globe. Her favorite, Go Around, starring Go Harry, Snow Globe's biggest star, and it turns out the key to getting Cho her dream life. Because Harry is dead and Cho has been chosen to take her place. Oh, wow. Only life inside the snow globe is nothing like what you see on television. Reality is a lie, and the truth seems to be forever out of reach. Oh, dude, this is so cool. Okay. Okay, basically, if you little children did not understand. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me fix my hair. Never mind. I made it worse. Never mind. Okay, if you little kids don't know what I'm talking about because you're like 10, let me explain to you. So there's a little dome, right? And it's super warm in there. You go in there and it's super toasty. You're like, oh my God, I feel great. And then outside of that, it's freezing, super duper cold. There's a bunch of poor people who go to work every day and they're so tired. They're slaving away in this super cold weather that's like freaking dangerous. And they all watch TV. They all watch this like live stream of the people in the warm dome. And they're watching them like being rich and famous, having the best time of their life. And they're like, I wish that was me. And the main character, it seems that she is able to go inside the dome and stop being poor and stop being a loser. And she's able to go inside this dome. And it's saying that it seems like they're not as rich and happy as everyone is pretending. Like when you see reality TV shows and then the people on the reality TV show come out and say like, you were lied to, they edited a bunch of stuff out and blah, blah, blah. That's what this sounds like. But I am sorry if I'm mispronouncing all the names. I'm sorry. I just don't know how to read that. And it's my fault. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's get started. Ooh, what? Wait, is this based on a show? What does this say? This says, look at what this says. Cast of characters. Wow, that's so cool. It gives you a list of names of the actors, directors, and producers. That's so cool. Okay, part 1. Me. The age of snow globe. In the living room, this light, I can't see. Okay. In the living room, Grandma is sunk in her chair in front of her favorite TV show, a heavy quilt draped over her lap. I look down at the weather ticker. What? Who translated this? I look down at the weather ticker. Wait, no, seriously? Okay. Scrolling away along the bottom of the screen. Negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm sorry. I think that's how you read it. There's a 3-degree drop from yesterday. A snow cloud icon trails the temperature, suggesting flurries throughout the day, and Grandma pushes herself out of the chair, shuffling to the electric space heater with the kettle in hand. My brother Angi appears in the living room wearing his standard morning look, a toothbrush in his mouth and a scowl on his face. I wish I were still in school, he whines, because schools close in temperatures below negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Just brush your teeth, please, I respond flatly, which comes out garbled as I'm still brushing mine and turn back to the TV. As usual, Grandma has it on channel 60, the station that airs Go Around, Round the Clock. That's the name of the show, is Go Around. Okay. And that's the show everyone wants to be on. That's the like super popular, all the rich people are on it, live stream, reality TV. Okay, back to the book. No, hear me out. Angi persists, stepping in front of me. I feel like I'm doing a bad job reading this. I just have never read this before in my life. But I'm sorry. I'm not trying to sound so I feel like I'm reading it wrong. Like, okay, let me stop pausing. I need to do better. That's why I'm like, how do teachers do this? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. No, hear me out. Angi persists, stepping in front of me and ratcheting up the grievance in his voice. I was 16 10 months ago when I was in school. I'm still 16 today, but just because I graduated, I'm now expected to endure this brutal temperature. His face is blocking my view of the TV. What does he want me to do about the weather? Stop spraying toothpaste all over the floor, would you? I snap, sounding irritated. Angi is my twin brother, born exactly 10 minutes before me. He likes to pretend to be older and wiser, which is no end of laughable. He should know well by now that I only came second to make sure he got out safely. Kind of like a captain being the last one off the ship. I've been taking care of him since we shared a womb. Grandma, back in her sagging chair, swivels her head in our direction. Angi, my sweet, she calls, don't act like a baby in front of your girlfriend. Angi's eyes bug out and he races to the kitchen sink where he spits out a mouthful of foaming toothpaste with extra force. Grandma, he cries. Sorry, wait, what does that say? Jian Cho, oh. Okay, Jian Cho is not my girlfriend. So I think Jian Cho is one of the actors in this snow globe thing. You know? Okay. Anyways. Grandma has dementia and she's been confusing me with my brother's non-existent girlfriend for some time now. I leave Angi to stew and head back into the bathroom where I turn on the wall-mounted faucet and fill the tin basin under it. When I scoop up the frigid water and rinse my mouth, the cold sends a shocking jolt through my teeth down to my jawbone, which immediately begins to ache. My hair is next. I'm staring into the basin, steeling myself against the brain-chilling assault to come, when Grandma appears at the door with the kettle in her hand, a plum of steam escaping its spout. Watch out, dear, she says, and stoops to carefully tip the kettle over the basin. I made this hot water for Angi, but he wants you to have it instead. I watch as she sticks her hand in the basin and swishes the water around to even out the temperature. Over the rising steam, her face is aglow with pride and joy that her grandson grew up to be such a considerate young person, a true gentleman who knows how to care for his girlfriend. Meanwhile, said young man is washing his hair at the kitchen sink, howling as he dips his head under the frigid steam. I can't help but laugh at his antics as Grandma shuffles back towards the door with the empty kettle. Thank you, Grandma, I say. She stops in her tracks, turning around slowly. She searches my face for a long moment with her watery eyes. You sound just like my granddaughter, she says in a voice full of longing. Then she turns back around and heads out the door for her worn chair. So it looks like their grandma has like dementia. I think that I think the rest of their family is dead. You know, I could be wrong. But in the mudroom, Angi and I struggle to pull on our heavy snow boots. It's made all the more difficult by the layers of insulated clothes, tops, pants, and tights we have under our thick snow bibs. Next come, what is the thing? Parkas, expedition weight mittens, and ski masks. Then finally the hoods go up and we're ready. We're off, Granny. See you later, Angi calls towards the living room in his usual upbeat tone. But as he turns the doorknob, Grandma's urgent voice stops us short. Wait, my goodness, Angi, Cho is on TV, she cries. Angi and I exchange a look as she coos at the TV. Ah, Cho, my sweet baby girl. I don't have to look to know that it's Go on the screen. Angi refuses to acknowledge it, but the beloved actress and I look very much alike. We even share the same birthday. And for what it's worth, it so happens that we're both lefties. Dude, I'm pretty sure they're related. Like, oh my god. Okay, wait. I have to keep reading. Wait. Lefty. But no one except for Grandma would ever mistaken me for her. What with my rough cheeks perpetually inflamed from daily exposure to bone-dry, sub-zero air, and my coarse hair cropped short for quick washing in frigid water. In contrast, Hare's porcelain skin, rosy cheeks, and trademark long, shiny hair radiate her snow globe pedigree. About snow globe. With the world now at an average annual temperature of negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit, Snow Globe is the only place with a temperature climate, the only location with warmth and color in the whole world. It's a special settlement that was built atop a geothermal vent and is enclosed in a gigantic waterproof glass dome. But not just anyone can live there. Its lucky residents are actors whose unscripted lives are recorded in real time and edited into shows, which are then broadcast to the open world for entertainment. Go isn't just an actress, she's a megastar. She's just been named the new weathercaster, one of the most coveted jobs in Snow Globe. She'll set the record as the youngest weathercaster in the history of the settlement. I turn a flat gaze to the TV screen. Dressed in a stylish suit, hair looks like she was born to fill the position. Oh my god, I'm choking. I'm dying. Okay. Let's keep going. Snow globe for reference. Okay. Let me just. Dang, we're only on page 4, people. And I've been here for how long? Oh my god. Okay. Let me fix my hair. I keep saying let me fix my hair and then I get upset. It doesn't feel fixed. So. Anyways. Hi, it's Go, she greets the viewers in a buoyant tone. I'm so excited and honored to be serving our community as the new weathercaster. Make sure to tune in to the news at 9 on New Year's Eve. She treats us to her perfect smile and then the camera cuts away. I wonder, not for the time, if I'll ever be able to meet her in real life. If my hair grew in proportion to my desire for a life in the snow globe, I could shave my head bare every night and I'd wake up the next day with it sweeping the floor. Sometimes I wonder if my intense longing for the place might be responsible for Grandma confusing me with hair. Oh my god, I'm sorry. That's not how you say her name, I'm saying it wrong. Confusing me with Harry. That's not how you say it. Hari. I'm gonna say Hari. Okay. As though she can see my soul yearning to flee this god-forsaken icebox in favor of Hari's life in Snow Globe. Angi turns back to the door, clucking his tongue in distaste. What? I hiss, glowering back at him. If only you hadn't talked so much nonsense about how you might be Go Harry's lost twin and... Stop. I cut him off with a cuff to the ribs. I can feel the color rising to my face at the memory. Unless you want to dig your way out of a snowbank. But he's wearing too many layers to be warned off, and he boldly resumes running his mouth. I shove him and he shoves me back. And then we're snatching at each other and ducking and banging into walls until we finally end up laughing too hard to keep fighting, and we pull ourselves together, then open the door and step outside. 50 degrees below zero. The frozen world welcomes us by snatching the breath from our lungs. My nose instantly freezes and stings, and within a few blinks, ice crystals form on my eyelashes and cloud my view. It's so damn cold, Angi says with a full body shudder. From age 6, my twin brother and I accompanied each other to school every day for 10 years. Since graduation in February, though, our daily commute has been to the power plant. Oh my god. How do people do this? I need like water or something. Okay. I look up at the marbled sky. It's gunmetal gray. Wait, what? It's gunmetal gray, promising a second squall in 3 days. In the bleak world below, squat log cabins dot the white expanses between tall pines, their branches heavy with snow. Angi and I start for the bus stop. Our commute to the power plant could be made on foot, but with a broadening sky like this, the bus is safer. We trudge through the knee-deep snow, and before long, my breath turns my ski mask into an icy mess over my mouth and nose. Though better the mask than my face. A few feet ahead, Angi pauses under a tree and waits for me to catch up. He can be so sweet, I think. But no sooner do I arrive than he jumps up to a branch to send an avalanche of snow down on my head and shoulders, laughing hysterically. Seething, I scoop up a handful of snow and pack it into a tight ball. He bolts, shouting, "Race you to the bus!" "Wait," I shout, already on the move. "Jane Angi, you cheater!" Snow grabs at our boots with each sinking step, rendering our best efforts at a dash into more of a lurching shuffle. I'm losing my voice doing this. Okay. "Loser does laundry for a month," Angi yells. "Oh, you're so done, Ji and Angi." I struggle through the clinging trap of snow with everything I have, and when we dive for the bus stop, it's my hand that touches its bent pole first. "Ha, who's laughing now?" I say victoriously, grasping for breath. Sure, I won by a hair, but a win is a win. I'm bent over with my hands on my knees, catching my breath, when Angi snatches my arm and jerks me behind him. Annoyed, I straighten to see him narrowing a hard glaze at a figure ahead. Just another commuter waiting for the bus. What about it? I'm sorry. Can't stop coughing. Okay. Is my first thought, but then the person turns in our direction, and when she acknowledges us with an awkward dip of her head, neither Angi nor I return it. This woman is Jo Miriu, a former Snow Globe star. Discovered at 19, she lived in the settlement for 7 years, starring in a hit Noir series. She returned home a few years ago when the network abruptly canceled the series, and yet, at 29 years old, she still has the face of a wood sprite in a frame that is 5'7" of pure grace. Her youthful innocence makes it all the more difficult to believe that the success of her series was due to multiple homicides she committed throughout its run. Is that real? Wait, so she killed a bunch of people? Wait, to believe the success of her series was due to multiple homicides. Oh my god. By the time it was canceled, she had brutally murdered 9 men, and her director had snatched the National Medal of Arts for outstanding directorial achievement. Like millions of her fans, I can recite a long list of other trivia about the Scarlet. I even know her blood type, which is A. When Miriu returned home, however, she was shunned for the brutality she had dealt in the Snow Globe. Even her own family fled to another town upon news of her homecoming, unable to swallow the idea of welcoming a killer into their midst. Angi and I were 13 back then. I remember the whole town twitching with hysteria. Kids were being warned against her. We wouldn't speak to or even make eye contact with the woman if we happened upon her on the street. I don't know what it says about me, but I've always been more intrigued by her than terrified. There's so much I'd like to ask her about Snow Globe. Angi, who knows me like no other, digs his heels into the snow and shoots me a warning glance. Don't even think about it. Suddenly, the war of gears rips through the air, and the dark green, rusted-out double-decker pulls to a stop. Buses, being the only means of transportation in our town, regularly pack in about 100 commuters during rush hour. The door hisses open and the line begins to move, only to stop. "Get off my bus," Mr. Jerry, the bus driver, erupts in an angry shout, and I look up to see a few feet ahead, Miriu has just mounted the steps. "Please, I just need to go to the post office," she pleads in a small voice, but Jerry throws out his arm and blocks her. I said get off now, he rumbles. All essential businesses and services, the post office, grocery stores, laundromats, clinics, and so on, are located inside the power plant. It's convenient for most of us who already work at the plant, but not for an outcast like Miryu. They are left to sustain themselves with whatever game they can snare or fish they can catch in the wild, and only go to the plant when they have no other choice. Wow, that's crazy. Please, Miryu tries again. My ankles hurt. I can barely walk. Can I please get a ride just this once? Mr. Jerry barks out a laugh. Oh, poor little cupcake, he says in a mocking tone. Then in a booming voice yells, no. Why do you even engage with her? Someone shouts from inside the bus. Let the others in and let's go already. A handful of children join in. Yes, Mr. Jerry, let's go or we're all going to be late for school. Miryu drops her gaze and without another word turns around and steps off the bus. People shuffle forward and we move ahead. I'm about to climb aboard behind Angi when I hear a small excuse me. I turn to see Miryu staring at me pleadingly. Yes? I managed to get out? Can you please stop by the post office and see if there's any mail for me, she asks, then adds apologetically. The name is Joe Miryu. It takes me a moment, but I find myself nodding in agreement, too stunned to speak. Thank you so much, she says, her features softening with relief. Can I meet you back here at the end of your day then? I murmur a yes just as the line surges forward and pushes me into the bus. Then the door is hissing shut and Angi shouts through the closing gap, Don't you wait for her. He turns to me and in an angry whisper says, Are you nuts? Don't you know what she could do to you? Don't you know what she's capable of? I shrug, avoiding his gaze. He's still furious when I murmur to no one in particular. Sure, she killed 9 men, but I'm not a man. What? Angi breathes, staring at me with exasperation. Meanwhile, Mr. Jerry shifts into gear and pulls away, chewing tensely at his bottom lip. He's likely cursing his luck this morning. How could he not be worried about upsetting Miryu? Okay. Oh my god. I think, sorry, my neck is always hurting every single time. Okay. I think, oh my god. I'm having neck pain, bro. I'm triggered. Okay, anyways. I think that this is the first chapter. We are 11 pages in. The next chapter is The Great Unwashed. Okay, so children, let me recap on chapter 1. So, there is this snow globe full of famous people, and they're all cozy up in there. Everyone else is living like poor and losers, and they hate their life. So this actress that was kicked out of the snow globe, they say that she murdered a bunch of people while she was in there. I think that that's a lie. I don't know for sure, but I think that they made that up to make the show more entertaining because they do refer to them as actors. I think that she didn't kill anybody and they just did that for the show. But because they believe that the show is real, then they're obviously like, oh my god, she killed a bunch of people, which is sad because like they just said, she's kind of left to fend for herself. But honestly, it doesn't sound that bad outside the snow globe. I mean, I get wanting to be rich and famous and I guess wanting to be in a warmer climate, but they said that they have a grocery store and jobs and a post office and stuff. So I don't know, to me, it doesn't seem that bad, you know, but I could be, maybe, I'm sorry, I'm so uncomfortable. Maybe, I don't know why I'm uncomfortable. Like, I think it's because I'm not sitting down properly. Okay, let me continue. Anyways. Okay, chapter 2. I've been here for 30 minutes. Oh my god. And look, we're barely through the book. Okay. The Great Unwashed. Oh my god. Hi, sweeties, Mom calls, waving at us from a corner of the power plant's central hall, where she's chatting with some friends. Okay, so they do have a mom, from what I'm seeing. The sight of her makes me feel lighter. We don't get to see a lot of each other. There are a total of 4 shifts at the plant, assigned by lottery, and as a first shift worker, she's here from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day. I wave back and make a beeline for the stack of free TV guides on the nearby newsstand. TV Guide is a weekly magazine that provides the upcoming program schedules for hundreds of snow globe channels available for viewing every day, and thus is essential for daily life. Honestly, depending on the week, the slim volume can be even more entertaining than the shows themselves. Reading about which new programs are about to premiere and which series are ending is always captivating, regardless of whether or not I tune into them. Yes, I exclaim under my breath as my eyes alight upon this week's special feature, an interview with Cha Sol, director of Go Around, also known as the person I admire the most in the entire universe. I thumb the corner of the magazine, weighing my options. It's tempting to just devour the whole article right now, but another part of me wants to wait and savor the pages in the comfort of my room at the end of a day's hard work. I tuck the magazine away in the parka's internal chest pocket, choosing the latter. A few moments later, though, I find myself reaching for it again. I'll just check out the tips, I say to myself, taking out the guide. The tips section, which with its weekly career advice for aspiring actors and directors, is my favorite section of the magazine. Hey, John Cho, are you even listening to me? Angi's voice interrupts my focus, instantly annoying me. I lift my eyes to see his scowling face. I said, "Don't you ever speak to that woman again, do you understand?" he says, reaching toward the stack of TV guides for his own copy. As much as I want to throw a retort back at him, it isn't worth it to make a bigger deal of the incident, so I just brush him off. God, you need to relax, Jian Ongi, I say, looking back to the tips. A minute later, I'm pulled away again by the plant supervisor's shout. Hey, Jian Ongi, you lazy lump. The man is standing by the loading docks across the hall, looking constipated as usual. What are you doing, he yells more loudly. Get over here and start unloading. Angi takes off like a rocket. On my way, sir, he shouts in reply. The two of them go through this entire routine daily. I'm snickering when someone slaps me on the back, chirping, Jiang Cho. I turn to see my friend. Wait, Jayun? I turn to see my friend Jayun, flashing her toothy smile at me. Jayun, you're back, I cry, delighted. How was your tour? Good, I made it back in one piece, she says, then continues warily. The storm raged for 3 days straight. Okay. I'm sure chapped. God. I think I'll finish this chapter and then we can anyways. Yeah, I think this is gonna be the last chapter, you guys. I don't know why. Am I a slow reader or why is this taking so long to read? Anyways, okay. Hold on. Blah blah blah. The storm raged for 3 days straight. Blah blah. Okay. Jian is a train engineer on the Jaline, one of the 14 railways that comprise the freight network that extends, like arteries from a heart, from the snow globe to the outer settlements. It's via the railway that food and other essential supplies are distributed throughout the open world, as well as occasional non-essential items mail-ordered by those able to pay a stiff premium. Deliveries are dropped off at the power plant of each settlement along the routes. From the G line to the H line, train engineers are selected from towns situated at the line's terminums. Settlements on the fringes of civilization like my hometown settlement. Chiyun, who is only a few years older than me, has held the position for 6 years now. Did you know that the TV in the engineer's cab turns off in bad weather, she says, rolling her eyes? So here I am, staring at nothing but the infinite tracks ahead, all alone in my cab without anything to distract myself with. The wind is screaming, snow's blowing everywhere, and if that's not enough, thunder is sounding right above my head. The next thing I know, I'm on my knees praying for the first time in my life. She pauses to shudder for emphasis, but I know her dramatics are mostly for my entertainment. In truth, she's one of the bravest people I know. She wouldn't be doing what she does otherwise, but I play along. Oh man, you have to tell me Angi about it when you see him. No, I read that wrong. I said, oh man, you have to tell Angi about it when you see him. I say, the wimp thinks he wants to be a train engineer. In fact, the only reason Angi is volunteering as a warehouse hand is to keep a close eye on all things rail related. God, tongue twister, bro. With Joe Wong, the other engineer of the jawline, nearing retirement, the supervisor is said to be scouting about for his replacement. Angi, Ji-yoon says, surprised. I thought he wanted to stay close to home. I give her a blank look. If he does, it's news to me. When I'm silent, she continues. Considering your grandmother's health? Who'd take care of her when you go off to film school if Angi has to spend half a year away from home on a train? He should stick around for her sake. Oh, film school, I shrink into myself. A stock line in the stock rejection letter I received a week ago, all too fresh. While your skill set and potential are impressive, we regret to inform you that we are not offering you admission. Snow Globe's Film Academy is the most prestigious educational institution in the world, producing top-ranking directors year after year. The rejection letter is the second of its kind I received, the same as the one I got last year. I squirm on my feet as Ji-yoon, clueless, flips through TV Guide and finds this week's special feature. The boxed copy containing Director Cha's quick bio, which I already know by heart, jumps at me. She was one of those brilliant people who was accepted into the academy on her first try and graduated with the highest distinction to boot. You're not going to treat me like a stranger when you become this famous, are you? Ji-young teases, grabbing me lightly with her elbow. Fighting back the shame rising up inside me, I deadpan, of course I am, what do you think? And the two of us burst into laughter. I try to enjoy the moment, pushing the rejection letter from my mind. After all, what matters is that I will create the most amazing show of all time, the kind no director has ever produced before. As long as I know that I can't beat myself up over the when of it, what's a few years delay in the great scheme of things? Nothing. At least that's what I have to tell myself, because if I stop believing in my future, I'm afraid I won't be able to endure the punishing monotony and hopelessness of my so-called life, not for another minute. Second shift, get moving, the supervisor shouts, and the 200 or so workers scattered around the hall begin shuffling towards the gigantic motor in the center. Come on, he surges, hustle. He starts his obnoxious marching clap, the rhythm of which we follow to position ourselves at the workstations, human-sized hamster wheels connected to the central motor. Those of us with odd ID numbers begin the shift by walking inside the wheels, while those with even ID numbers begin the shift sitting just outside the wheels, working the hand cranks attached to the wheel's stub axles. As the wheels turn, their kinetic energy is harnessed through a mechanical amplifier coupled to an electromagnetic energy harvester, whose outputs subsequently turn the central motor to generate electricity. Simply put, power production depends entirely on human physical labor, with which without which our world would screech to a halt. There wouldn't be freight trains or commuter buses, not to mention electric kettles that can heat up ice cold water in minutes for a hot cup of cocoa. Forget hot cocoa, the stench of all the sweaty, unbathed laborers alone would pose a serious public health hazard. I start my shift inside the wheel, doing a kind of speed walk to sustain the minimum speed of 4 miles per hour, required to power the wheel's built-in TV screen. My need for entertainment aside, a sleeping screen is sure to draw the supervisor to my wheel like a paperclip to a magnet, and then I'd have to suffer his insults up close. Oh my god, my nose. Okay. Where's your sense of community? If you're not willing to contribute to society, why don't you just walk out there and freeze to death? And so on and so forth. I put Wait. Okay. I put on the headphones, cord it to the TV, and click the remote to channel 60. Go around. It's my go-to choice for when I want to turn my mind off. Having seen all the available episodes aside from a few, I can let my attention drift in and out and still keep up with the show's general narrative. Those who work at a pace of exactly 4 miles per hour, the supervisor's voice pierces through my headphones, jarring me, are the type of losers with no ambition, no drive, and no future prospects. The dregs of society. Turning my head, I'm jolted to see him right next to my wheel, a megaphone raised to his mouth. How can one be so content with doing the bare minimum? Would it kill you to be of use to society, he thunders. Leaning sideways against the handlebars, he stares at me with open contempt. Would it kill him to be just a little less obnoxious, I think? Suddenly, Miryu's face rises before my eyes. I wonder if the supervisor would have the guts to talk to her this way. Fat chance. Trying to ignore his glare, I replay the exchange with Miryu this morning in my head. Whose mail is she waiting for? Her estranged families, or something from the ex alive in the snow globe? Turn up the heat, all of you, barks the supervisor, finally pivoting on his heels and marching away from me. At this rate, we won't even be able to pay for the streaming service. A collective groan goes up at the particular threat. Still, it delivers the desired effect. Everyone picks up the pace, moving a bit more vigorously. Most of the electricity produced by laborers like us in the open world is sent to the snow globe, where it powers the lives of the actors who dwell within the dome superstructure. In exchange, they share their lives with us in the form of reality shows. The whir and vibration of the central motor intensify. It isn't long before my sweat-soaked thermals begin clinging to my skin. Folks, it was only a couple of generations ago that the pit toilet was the norm. The supervisor's amplified voice descends from the second floor this time. Here he goes again. I fasten my eyes back on the TV screen and crank up the headphones volume. Christmas being the only 2 days away, Channel 60... I'm reading this wrong. Christmas being only 2 days away, Channel 60 is marathon showing every Christmas-themed episode of Go Around. Presently, 4-year-old Harry is playing quietly with her doll, a diamond bracelet adorning her tiny wrist. Her mom, sitting by her side and watching her play, wants to know if Harry likes the bracelet, her Christmas gift. Harry says nothing. In fact, she doesn't even appear to hear her mother. I've seen this episode before. At this point in the show, Harry has been mute since the Halloween party a few months prior, where she had a terror-induced seizure following an encounter with someone dressed as a ghost. Though I know that Harry regains her speech and her smile by spring, these episodes always break my heart. The camera zooms in on little Harry's angelic face. The pit toilet was was every little kid's nightmare. The supervisor's voice works itself through my headphones once again, overlaying the scene on my TV screen like some sort of absurd voiceover. And for good reason. Do you know how many people fell into those pits of waste during their midnight visits? Though I'm not especially squeamish, it's disorienting to be so rudely jerked back into the world of the pit toilet while my eyes are resting on Harry's dreamy life. Without my permission, the image of the closed off pit toilet at our own house flashes through my mind. In the background, the supervisor rambles on. He never stops. How would you have liked it if How would you have liked it if you'd had to peel down your pants and squat over the steaming pit in 50 below? Would you have frozen your ass off or what? Before the advent of the electromagnetic energy harvesting technology, electricity was an incredibly rare commodity. No access to it meant there was no way to prevent frozen or burst pipes, making indoor plumbing a dream for common people. What a time to be alive, the supervisor intones, producing an apple from his vest pocket and raising it to his mouth. He adds, "Do you know how lucky we are?" Without waiting for an answer, he crunches, he crunches into the fruit. Every day, each worker gets a ration of fresh fruit and vegetables, which are grown in the greenhouse inside the power plant. The cost of maintaining such a greenhouse is deducted from our paychecks, of course. Today's lunch included exactly 1/8 of an apple, but not for the supervisor, apparently. Lucky? Ha, he must have gotten all our shares of luck then, gobbling up a whole apple just for himself. Mom grumbles inside her wheel, adjacent of mine. Darting a quick glance around us, she leans towards my wheel. "Is what Angi told me true?" she whispers. "You spoke to that woman?" She's referring to Miryu, of course. That woman. That monster, that bitch. Just a few of the monikers people have adopted so as to avoid speaking her true vile name. Yup, I say, trying to sound casual. It was really nothing though. Mr. Jerry wouldn't let her on the bus, so she asked me to stop by the post office to see if she has any mail. Mom gasps, her eyes wide with alarm. "Sweetie," she exhales. "Do you have any idea how dangerous that woman is?" She looks ready to lunge for my remote and switch my screen to The Killer Next Door as proof. At home, the show is banned for its scandalous, violent content, which my mother has deemed inappropriate for developing minds. She doesn't know that Angi and I already binged the entire series, seasons 1 through 7, in secret over ninth grade winter break while she was at work and Grandma was napping. "I know, Mom," I assure her, thinking back to the emotionless look on Miryu's face in one episode, when she'd leveled her gun at the man she'd fallen head over heels for in spite of herself. How does a person do that? What went through her mind? I know Mom would kill me if she could hear my thoughts right now, but I can't help myself. The questions bubble up on their own. And it isn't just Miryu I consider. What would I have done had I been her director? How would I have handled an actor like Miryu? What kind of decisions would I have found myself making, not just as a director, but also as a human being? Would I too have continued to work on a show filled with savage acts of betrayal and murder? Say what you will, but the show's ratings record is yet to be broken years after its final episode aired. The image in my mind switches to one of Miryu's acclaimed directors, Cha Gubong, receiving his National Medal of Arts for her show. But in the next moment, his solemn face morphs into my own, and suddenly it's me standing before him, the sea of flashing cameras, the same gold medal glimmering on my chest, my pulse quickening at the vision, and I feel a surge of energy through my legs, turning the wheel. Before I know it, I'm running, sprinting. One day I'll break out of this icebox, this tomb of deprivation and bleak informity. I'll get to the snow globe where I'm certain my story is waiting for me, a story that I and I alone can bring to life. Inside my wheels spinning to nowhere, I can already see myself there. Chapter 3. We're gonna stop here because, look. I've been here for an hour, dude. Oh my god. Wow, this book is really good if I'm being real. Oh my god, my phone is gonna die. Okay, wait. No, this book is actually for real, like really good. I need a bookmark. Okay, for reference, you guys, Snow Globe. It's really good. It is getting really good. So, oh my god, I can't believe I've been here for an hour. Okay, what did we learn, people? I mean, what did we learn, people? So this main character, our main character, she wants to be a director. Her dream is to create the best show ever anyone's ever seen, right? But she's poor and she works in some freaking factory and she doesn't know how she's gonna get to be a director because she keeps applying for these like colleges and they keep rejecting her. But she has hope in herself that one day she will make it happen. That is where we are right now. I don't think that girl murdered anyone. The person that the girl that everyone thinks is some murderer, I don't think she actually killed anybody. But we'll have to see. We'll have to find out in the book. That is actually, I really like it. And how have I been here for a freaking hour, dude? And I'm only to chapter 3. Okay. Oh my god. Like, my neck hurts. My neck hurts. My neck hurts. I'm dying. Okay. Anyways, I hope you guys liked that reading. I eventually have to return this book to the library. Eventually. But I hope that I can maybe we could finish it. Maybe we could finish it. Maybe if I come on live like enough, we can finish the book. I don't know if I'm a slow reader or something. Like, how is it that it's been an hour? You know what I mean? And I'm barely through the book. I don't know. But I am excited to read the rest of it. And it seems like a really good book. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope everyone has a great day. And go to your local library to find the book if you want to read along with me. And I will see you guys in the next, I don't know, story time with your teacher, with your English teacher, Miss Olivas. Yeah. How do I turn this off? Wait. Okay. It's right here. And stream.